European Union alert. Signs of World War III. What does it mean for India? Imagine waking up one morning to a government alert advising you to store food, water, medicines, and other essentials for the next 72 hours because an emergency situation could arise at any moment. You are informed that your nation's borders are under threat and the full-scale war could break out anytime. This isn't a movie script. This is a real warning issued by the European Union to its 450 million citizens. The pressing question now is, has the threat of World War III come so close that the world must seriously start preparing? And the most important question for us, can India protect itself in this rapidly changing global scenario? Today, we'll dive deep into this alarming development. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest updates. So let's get started without any delay. The situation in Europe is rapidly reaching a turning point where war is no longer just a possibility, but a likely future reality. The European Union, once seen as a symbol of peace and cooperation, is now advising its citizens to prepare emergency kits. The biggest reason behind this growing concern is Russia's increasing aggression and the shifting stance of the United States. European Council President Antonio Costa has stated bluntly, peace without defense is just an illusion. In other words, Europe is now openly acknowledging the looming threat. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine war has shaken Europe's borders. Costa pointed out that if Russia sees Ukraine's borders as mere lines on a map, what's stopping it from violating the borders of other countries? This statement alone indicates that Europe is no longer in denial, it is preparing to confront the possibility of war. That's why a strong sense of unity across the European Union is now being emphasized more than ever. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has made it clear, Europe must now take responsibility for its own security. The United States, long considered Europe's strongest protector, is now signaling that it may no longer directly engage in battles beyond its own borders. The possible return of Donald Trump and his past tariff decisions have already worried European leaders. Trump's policies are steering the America toward an America-first approach, and Europe has realized that it may now have to stand alone and be fully prepared. The European Union has issued alerts to all its 27 member countries, urging citizens to be ready for any emergency situation. People are being advised to store 72 hours worth of essential supplies at home because no one knows when the situation might escalate. This warning is not just a strategic move, but a frightening glimpse of the future. And if the crisis worsens in this direction, its impact will not be limited to Europe alone. This warning carries several signals for India. If a real conflict deepens between Europe and Russia, and the America also gets involved, the global economy will be trapped in a new crisis. India, which is currently trying to recover from Trump's tariff pressures, will once again be affected by global trade imbalances. India has trade relations with Europe, Russia, and the America, and in a warlike situation, these relations are bound to be impacted. The first impact will be seen on Indian markets. Foreign investment will decline, exports will be disrupted, and imports will become more expensive. Crude oil prices may soar, which will further increase inflation. If the world moves toward war again, emerging economies like India will suffer the most because India is deeply connected to the global supply chain. But every crisis brings some opportunities. If Europe is preparing for war, it will need weapons, ammunition, defense technology, and military equipment. Many Indian defense companies have already been supplying to European countries. Amid rising tensions, these companies could receive large orders, which may bring some economic relief to India. For example, PTC Industries Limited is an Indian company that has been serving the European defense sector for a long time. It has partnerships with major companies like Airbus, Rolls-Royce, and Pratt and Whitney. Europe's 𝐟𝐨𝐥𝐥𝐸 plan, which involves procuring weapons worth €800 billion, could directly benefit such companies. Similarly, Solar Industries India Limited is a major name in ammunition and explosives manufacturing. Its order book already stands at 13,000 crore rupees, with half of it coming from exports. The company recently received orders for the Pinaka rocket system and the 𝐮𝐻𝐵3 counter-drone system. With rising defense demands in European countries, it is expected that this company will receive new international orders. Dynamatic Technologies Limited is also aggressively expanding in the defense and aerospace sector. Its Germany-based foundry, 𝐼Senwerk can supply artillery to European markets. The company has strong partnerships with Airbus, Dassault, and Bell, which strengthens its presence in Europe. Apart from these, companies like Mazago Dock Shipbuilders, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, and Azad Engineering are also strengthening India's presence in the global defense sector. If Europe increases its defense procurement, India's defense industry could witness a significant boost. However, maintaining this balance will be extremely challenging for India. While Russia has long been a strategic ally, India also shares deep trade and technological ties with America and Europe. If a direct conflict arises between Russia and Europe, India will have to carefully and diplomatically define its stance. India must also ensure that its diplomacy leans toward global stability rather than siding with any one bloc. India's role should be that of a peace-seeking power, because if a war breaks out, no country will remain untouched, not the economy, not politics, and certainly not national security. Europe's 𝐟𝐸𝐴M plan has made it clear that the Russia-Ukraine war is not ending anytime soon. In fact, large-scale preparations have already begun. In this scenario, India must strengthen its defense product supply chain to take advantage of these global demands. At the same time, the government needs to simplify policies to make defense exports easier. One very important point is that ordinary Indian citizens must also understand the seriousness of this global crisis. It's not just an international issue. It could directly impact our daily lives, from inflation and fuel prices to foreign exchange rates and fluctuations in the stock market. Everything will be affected under the shadow of this conflict. Now is the time for India to prepare economically, politically, and strategically. This crisis is a warning, and only those countries that prepare in time will emerge safely. India must focus on its foreign policy, defense production, global relations, and internal stability all at once. In the end, the big question remains, is World War III about to happen? The answer lies in the future, but the European Union's alert is not just a routine warning. It is a sign of a storm that is slowly taking shape. For India, this is the time to be vigilant, because when the world heads toward war, no one stays safe, even from a distance.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.